another episode of Extinct Bricks Originals! And for this very special episode, we will be featuring the LYKA Jurassic World Camp Cretaceous Season 4 Spinosaurus! But before we head on with this video, this is actually a collaboration between me and Ibito Universe for Camp Cretaceous Season 4. Now here are the winners of the Guess PC contest. First up we have our lucky picks. Zara, Santiago, Melissa, Jamaluddin, Cezanne, BW, Mr. Dino, Dinosaur's Son, Gabriel, Petjin. Congratulations everyone, and now for our top 10 winners.
Top 10.
JM Jeffrey,
Top
Sunny
9.
Lee,
Top 8.
Mercury the Allosaur of Veganex,
Top 7.
Batman,
Top 6.
Rain Mark, 11 years old boy,
Top 5.
Gremlin,
Top 4.
Aiden Stevenson,
Top
Mr. T-Rex,
Top 2.
Cretaceous Bricks,
Top 1.
and Maximum Power. Congratulations everyone, and I'll see you at the next PC contest. For those of you who would like to join, here's how. Just click on the Extinct Bricks icon and it will lead you to the Extinct Bricks homepage. And the homepage, just click on that community link and it will lead you to all my posts. And now, on with the tutorial of our Spinosaurus. So we have here our Spinosaurus. Right? So we have here our Spinosaurus. It has been kit bashed, and I added several aluminum foil here just to bulk up all those missing parts of it, because it's going to be really heavy if we're not going to do that. I added several articulations to the arm so that if we want to place the Spinosaurus on a all four position like so, we can actually do that. There are several articulations to the head, the neck as well that we added, so I'm really excited for this one. Let's start with the sculpting. Okay, so now that we have primered already our Spinosaurus here, we're now ready to paint this one. And of course, we'll be needing some materials for this, and of course we have here our line of acrylics here from different brands, of course, and Reeves or acrylic color or Mary's, like in a man, right? So we have here our colors, and then we also have some water, and of course we have our brushes over there, and of course what we will be needing now would be to have some of course references on this one, and we actually are basing this off from the Jurassic Park 3 Spinosaurus. So we have here one of the references that I have. So you can see here there are purplish brownish colors on the entire body, white details on both the lower body as well as that of the neck. Here is a Prime Studio Spinosaurus. The head is more red on this one, and of course the usual references that I also use would be those that are created by LYKA. But of course we are looking for a more realistic one on this one, so I just wanted to reference LYKA on this one, because I will be using some colors that have place here, so those colors on top are very useful for me. Alright, so now let's start on the painting, shall we? Okay, so let's put on some color, shall we? So this is the first base color of our Spinosaurus. This is a mixture of white, a little bit of violet, also some browns, and also a little bit of black. This will be covering much of the area of our Spinosaurus, including a little bit part of the head, the entire lower jaw, the neck, the body, as well as the sail, as well as that of the legs, the tail, and also the arms. takes about 2 to 3 coats and then drying off on in between each every coat. Alright, so the next color that we will actually be using would already be the reds on this one. So this is a mixture of the browns that we had earlier and mix it with red, and this is how it turned out to be. I placed in a little bit more white and some yellows as well so that it will look the same color as this one. It seems like it's a clay pot red. So yeah, brick red. So this will actually cover the colors of the upper section of the head, some parts also of the lower jaw, the back section of the neck, right, and also that of the body as well as that of the tail. As some of you may already know, I already have a Jurassic Park 3 Spinosaurus custom, but this one is more of a season 4 accurate depiction of the Spinosaurus. So here we're also painting in the same red color on the backmost portion of the sail, as you can see here. And this will actually end up, continuing on until the end of the tail as well. So there will be a lot more details coming up for the Spinosaurus here. We are patterning the Spinosaurus after the Prime Studio Spinosaurus as well. So I'm using that as one of my reference photos when I was actually already painting the Spinosaurus. Okay, so the Spinosaurus in Camp Cretaceous Season 4 will also have certain details with different colors of scales on the arms as well as that of the legs. So we're also painting those with those colors. So that is actually a mixture of the same body color that we have here and a mixture of, and we also added a little bit more white to make it much more lighter. One tip that I would like to impart to you guys would be, whenever you're painting, please check out on references first before you start off with your actual painting on your figure, so that you won't have to go back and clear things up with your reference. It really does a lot whenever you plan ahead with your painting, rather than go on it with a blinded idea of what the animal or the figure actually looks like. So it's always good to always plan ahead and gather as much references that you can of what your ideal painting scheme would be, or even you can actually paint it on a piece of paper first before you do your own take on your figure. Okay, so now we're just also placing in some details on the feet of the Spinosaurus, because the scales, they're actually similar in colors. They're different and much more lighter. So here we are starting to paint the bluish colors of the sail. This is actually mocha with white and also a little bit of blue mixed all together. So I came up with this lighter color of blue. Later on, I'll mix this same color with some more blue, or a little bit more, a bluish tinge to it. So when it's actually painted, the crevices in between will remain lighter, and then the bluish portions will remain on the topmost portions of each of the spine. Okay, so after that, we let it dry, and now it's time for us to create the details on the Spinosaurus, which will actually make it more alive. So this is a mixture of white, a little bit of yellow ochre, and some reds. And we're painting this on the details of the Spinosaurus. As you can see here, I've started on the face of the Spinosaurus. It has several, stripes and lines here and there. So I have my handy dandy reference with me, so I know where each of those details will come in. Each stripe and each line will actually count as a determinant in terms of finishing up the figure of the Spinosaurus. Okay, so the same color that we use on the face as well as that of the neck will be the same palette or color that we will be using on the sail of the Spinosaurus. You can see here I've already marking down all the rectangular shapes, or I mean the pentagonal shapes on the sail of the Spinosaurus, and as well making several whitish detailing as well on the lateral or the contralateral side of the tail of the sail. Of the sections that I painted on the Spinosaurus, this is actually my favorite part, where I had to place the white line on the body or the torso of the Spinosaurus. There's just so much detail that actually broken down the brownish parts here. That is why it actually really came alive after I have painted these details on the Spinosaurus. With the browns I had earlier, I added the white colors to it, and then thinned it down, and also painted several details on the tail of the Spinosaurus. The lines on the tail of the Spinosaurus are not as prominent as the white colors on the body, so that is the color that we are actually applying here. This is a lighter mocha color of paint, acrylic paints, and we're just placing in random lines on the tail of the Spinosaurus. These random lines are, although random, will actually be the same structure, or should be the same pattern on the other side. So what I usually do is I paint on one side first, and then later on I copy the other side, so that it looks symmetrical. Pardon me, I think I choked on some hair. Well, anyways, this is our Spinosaurus so far. I will be adding several more details on this Spinosaurus, but so far I'm letting this dry first before I move on to that. That ends our tutorial on our Spinosaurus from Camp Cretaceous Season 4. I hope you enjoyed this one and also learned something from it as well. Do let me know if you want other sections of the tutorial video also added on my videos. So now I just have to put on several more details, such as those of the eyes, maybe put on some scales here and there, and also the nails of the Spinosaurus. Well, that's it for the tutorial video. I hope you enjoyed this. Let's now move on with the next portion of the video, Assembrix. Okay, so let's do Assembrix. Let's first count down the number of parts to this one, shall we? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So we have 15 parts to this one. Let's start by assembling it. Alright, so let's pick up the head part here and let's connect this to the lower jaw. There you go. Now let's attach this one to the neck. Now let's attach this to the body. Wow! Now let's connect the arms. First up, the hands, the arm, there you go. Let's attach this to the body. This is the left. Now for the right one. Let's attach this as well. Now for the legs. Right? Left. Tail. Tip. Now it's actually looking like a large Suchomimus or a Baryonyx, especially with its claws. And now the last piece would be the sail, of course. It wouldn't be a Spinosaurus without a sail. And there you have it, the completed Jurassic Park 3 Spinosaurus, or Jurassic World Camp Cretaceous Season 4 Spinosaurus. And now for the closer look of the figure, you can see here that EB is really excited because this is actually the last video for our Camp Cretaceous series collaboration with EB Toy Universe. And you can see the sheer size of our Spinosaurus here. Yay! But I'll be coming back later for some size comparisons. And now, let's have the closer look on this one. So you can see here that is very much different from my previous Spinosaurus. The coloration is quite more, detailed in this one. the color scheme is actually a little bit changed, as you will see later on in the size comparisons. But the sculpting on this one is very much similar to that. I made the teeth a little bit more smaller than the previous one. The articulation on this particular Spinosaurus is really remarkable. You can see here that I have fixed the head a little bit so that it will have a little bit more of a range of motions, right? And of course it can open and close its mouth. The range or the angle of mouth opening could be up until here, but it's quite not so practical, or it wouldn't do that anyways in real life. It will at least have this type of jaw opening, right? And then of course the neck here has a separate movement. It can also be twisted like so. The arms, however, is the really important thing here, because the arms can actually have a lot of range of motion in terms of let's just pick this up, right? A lot of range of motion. It can actually hover down like so, like that in the movie and also in the series. And of course it can actually move its legs like so. The tail also has a 2 parts to it, so it has a lot more range of motion. The sail here is also removable, as you can see here, and as you have also observed in the assembly section of this video. And that is our Spinosaurus. So it actually looks a lot more like that of the movie, as well as that of the Cretaceous Season 4 version of our Spinosaurus. And so Evie is back here for some size comparisons. As you can see here, our Spinosaurus! Well, it's not that scared, actually, it's more excited. As you can see here, our minifigure is about the right size of our Spinosaurus. You can see here a size comparison between the Spinosaurus and that of a human being. And I think this size is almost correct based off that of the movie Jurassic Park 3. Now first up, let's compare with the older Spinosaurus that we have, shall we? So here is the previous Spinosaurus that I have. I know the painting on this one is a little bit more cartoony than the Spinosaurus here. The teeth on the Spinosaurus here is a little bit larger. It looks kinda like that of a vampire, but here, although the angle of the teeth is actually corrected towards the front, it's a lot more smaller than this one. I actually based on the teeth on the Spinosaurus here on the actual animatronic of the Spinosaurus. Also, this Spinosaurus is technically larger in terms of stature. The legs are actually longer here. The size of the sails are quite different. Also, this is a little bit more taller. However, the shape of the sail is quite different because they use different base figures. The head length is also quite similar. This one is quite more robust than the other, as you can see here, with larger eyes and a little bit more chunkier snout to it. Now the coloration in this one definitely changes. This one has a more purplish hue on the entire body and a little bit more grayish. However, this one is a little bit more brownish in terms of coloration. The reds here are also much more brighter compared to this one, which is actually a mix of red, browns, and a little bit more of a black, I guess. The markings on the sail are also different. You can see here much more details on the sides of the body of this Spinosaurus compared to this one, as well as that of the legs and also the tail. I did, however, took out the small spikes here on the tail just to make it more movie accurate, I guess. And that's a comparison between our Spinosaurus and the Spinosaurus from Camp Cretaceous Season 4, my version. Alright, so let's now compare this one with a favorite of mine. It's not in the Camp Cretaceous Season 4, I guess, line of customs. I'm not going to make a T-Rex, but let me know if you do want that maybe someday in the future, but it won't be part of the Camp Cretaceous Season 4 collaboration. Alright, so this is our T-Rex from before. As you can still remember, it's a little bit more smaller than that of the Spinosaurus, but both will have around the same length of legs, I guess, and this has also a bulkier body as well. I just hope that in Camp Cretaceous Season 4 there was an episode where the T-Rex and also the Spinosaurus was battling. I know that Pierce, the Kentrosaurus, was also a good, fight between the T-Rex and also the Kentrosaurus. However, it would be really cool if there was a rematch between the Tyrannosaurus Rex and the Spinosaurus, because they're in the same series anyway. So what do you guys think about that? And maybe I don't know if you guys agree that the T-Rex should have its revenge against the Spinosaurus. But, people have their own opinions, and I'd like to see or hear yours as well. Put them down in the comments below. And now, let us compare with some of our Camp Cretaceous Season 3 characters, shall we? So first up, of course, we have our baby Spinoceratops here, and look at the size comparison. It's just almost the size of the foot of the Spinosaurus. But still, this one is really so cute. Alright, so if you haven't seen the video, guys, of the Spinoceratops, please check it out. It's really cute, and there's also appearing small babies there, such as Bumpy and the Brachiosaurus baby. And since I mentioned the baby Brachiosaurus, we actually have this one, which I also created quite some time ago. So this is the baby Brachiosaurus for you guys, which also appeared in the Camp Cretaceous Season 4. It's not the same Brachiosaurus, but at least I have one. If you haven't really checked out this video, guys, it's also a cool and simple ways of, making your own, custom. Check it out, guys. Up next would be this annoying Brad. Now the Brads here was the most recent release from Extinct Bricks. I know there have been some problems in terms of the comment section, but please guys, check out the video again and place in your comments. It's now open. If it's not, please let me know through the Facebook page. Alright guys, so this is the Brad, as you can see here. It's quite articulated as well. It is articulated in the neck section as well as that of the mouth, of course the legs. The Brad. Alright, up next would be our, of course, Kentrosaurus. So the Kentrosaurus here, or Pierce, is actually the first custom that I made for this particular series, or this particular collaboration of mine with EB Toy Universe. So this one is quite special to me because although it's not the same size of the actual Kentrosaurus, it still looks good, and I think yeah, I'm liking the colors on this one. Up next would be another creation of Extinct Bricks, the high-flying Pteranodon. Yeah! So this one I have really splurged on the tutorial section so that most of you guys will learn how to make this one. It has a lot of articulation to it, such as that of the legs, as you can see here, right? Those are the wings. You can actually fold the wings like so. Yeah, and it's like it's standing on all fours. Also, the neck has some articulation as well. unlike that of the Lego Pteranodon. Alright, so that's a Pteranodon for you guys, definitely smaller than our Spinosaurus here. I don't think there's anything, bigger than our Spinosaurus. Up next is a collaboration between me and Ibito Universe. This is the Ceratosaurus. Now, this one actually is one of my favorite creations from Ibito Universe. Only because, and this is mainly the reason why, is that look at the colors in this one. He really did a good job in terms of, making a gradient between lighter orange to reddish orange. As you can see there. Also, the colors on the body and also the markings are quite special to me. Look at that. So awesome. So if you haven't guys checked the video on this one, I really would suggest that you watch that in full because it's really amazing, guys. Look at it. I'm not a fan of making my own level 40 dinosaurs, but just take a look at this. It's so amazing. Alright, okay, so let's move on to another collaboration video that we have, or another collaboration between Ibito Universe and Extinct Bricks would be this one, the Tyrannosaurus Rex. Look at it, it's so amazing. The colors are so bright, and look at the details on the back. Wow. So, a lot of you have been suggesting as well if Ibito Universe would be making a Mega 9. Just watch out for it, guys. He will be updating you later on, probably next year. And of course, we have some appearances in our Camp Cretaceous Season 4. We have our E750, which appeared in the dreams of Yasmina. Alright, definitely smaller than our Spinosaurus. As well as the Indominus Rex, which also appeared in the dreams of Yasmina as well. I don't know if it's a little bit, I know it's smaller than our Spinosaurus here, but I think it's almost the same size of that of the T-Rex, so yeah. No complaints here. And that's it for the size comparisons of our figures so far for Extinct Bricks Camp Cretaceous Season 4. And now we're back for our species roll call. As you can hear, all the creatures that you've seen so far on the video, this is the end of our Camp Cretaceous Season 4 collaboration, and it's really nice to see all of these creatures all together in one screen. As you can see here, of course, if you do have other suggestions for future projects of Extinct Bricks, please comment them down below. I know there have been a lot of screen time or also trailers or spoilers in our Jurassic World Dominion. I might make those, but we'll see. Comment them down below and be interactive with me, guys. I do respond to your comments, so please do that as well. Okay? Alright, also, EB here would like to remind you guys that all the creatures that you see here are actually present in our Extinct Bricks playlist. But I'll be putting up individual links to each and every creature here so that you won't have to, look at them and just click on away and watch. Okay? Alright, so let's now start our Extinct Bricks PC roll call. First up, this is our Brad, or Biorobotic Assistance Droid. We have our Extinct Bricks Spinoceratops. This is our Extinct Bricks Baby Brachiosaurus. This is our Extinct Bricks Jurassic World Camp Cretaceous Season 4 Kentrosaurus. This is Ibito Universe Tyrannosaurus Rex level 40 or max level. We have our Extinct Bricks Jurassic World Camp Cretaceous Indominus Rex. We have our Extinct Bricks Camp Cretaceous Season 4 Pteranodon. We have our Ibito Universe Ceratosaurus Max Level or Level 40. We have our Extinct Bricks Jurassic World Camp Cretaceous E750 or Scorpius Rex. And of course, to start the show here, we have our Spinosaurus from Jurassic World Camp Cretaceous Season 4. And that's it for the video, guys. I hope you enjoyed this one. Thank you for watching this video from start to end. Here are some video clips of our Spinosaurus so far. Bye! And again, thank you guys for watching this video from start to end. I hope you enjoyed the series that we had so far for Camp Cretaceous Season 4 for Jurassic World. I couldn't have done this without you guys, with all your support, your likes, and your views. Maraming salamat sa inyong lahat. Also, please do not forget to support our other channels, Ibitso Universe and The Adventures of Moira and Asher. Please watch their videos and support their channels well by subscribing. And as we always would say, let your inner dino brain roar! Thanks everyone, and bye!